Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dramatology Podcast. In this episode, I am covering a drama that I have wanted to cover for a really long time. When it was airing, I really loved it, and I think that it deserves its own episode because of that. So, in this episode, I am covering the BL drama Love for Love's Sake. Honestly, words cannot describe how much I love this drama. It's not a perfect 10, but it's still pretty good and it still does a lot of things correctly that makes it one of the better BL dramas that I have ever seen. So for those who don't know, Love for Love's Sake basically follows Tae Myung Ha as he finds himself in this world where he is given the mission to make another boy, Cha Yeon, happy. That is his primary mission in this world, and if he doesn't succeed, he dies. And so that's basically the plot of this game that he's playing, right? That is the goal of this game that he's playing. To begin, I want to talk about the cast first. I will be honest that I don't know any of the cast members before this, but I do know that they are pretty popular. I think one of them was in Boys Planet, which is I think a reality show, and so they are more K-pop aligned, I guess, and maybe that's why I don't know them from anywhere. But basically, Itevin plays Tae Myung Ha, Cha Ju-wan plays Cha Yeon, Ominsu plays Chon Sang-won, and Cha Woong-gi plays An Kyung-won. That is the major cast of this, and they are the ones that the story really revolves around. So yeah, back to the story and my first thoughts about this drama. Honestly, this was something that I think the first 2 episodes had aired already, or aired back to back, and then I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'll just check it out. I had no preconception about this. I did not know about these people. I did not know about this drama, and so I wasn't anticipating it in any way. Right. And so when I checked out the first 2 episodes, I was kind of going into it blank. And honestly, I'm glad that I did. I don't even think I checked the synopsis for this, which I have found that seems to be the dramas that I can finish these days. Like dramas where I don't even check the summary of what is going to happen, because then I don't have this preconceived idea. All my expectation is low, and so everything is kind of a surprise to me, right? Everything is a suspense, is a mystery, and I think that's why this caught me off guard on how good the plot was. So basically, the story begins in that Tae Myung Ha is with his friend, or this senior of his that is basically talking about his novel, and Tae Myung Ha seems like this boy that is kind of resigned to his fate in the world, right? He's kind of just unhappy and generally kind of jaded about life, right? And somehow he is transported into this game world where the goal is, again, to make Yeon, this classmate of his, happy, because he's been, I guess, transported and transmigrated into the life of a teenager, right? A teenager in high school. I will say one of the strongest part about this drama is the character of Tae Myung Ha itself. Like, there's something about the way Itevin acts this character that gives him this confident, bold, carefree but still kind personality that works really well and makes him very watchable. Like, it makes him very charismatic, right? And so all the actions he does seem like something a grown-up will do, but at the same time has this childlike aspect to it that I really like, right? My favorite parts about this drama are those moments where he's just trying to help Yeon, right? And for Yeon, I guess to him it just doesn't make any sense, right? In that Tae Myung Ha, or the Tae Myung Ha that existed before our main character transmigrated into him, is somebody that is clearly a top dog, kind of you don't mess with him kind of character, right? And so seeing this change in this classmate of his, I guess, is kind of jarring, but also something that I think Yeon needed, right? And the story, I think, was really good at building that relationship between them and just showing us those moments of goodness and kindness and carefreeness and just bond that they were building. I really liked how Tae Myung Ha followed him around, make sure he ate, make sure he was happy. Like, these are things like that, that even if it was me, I feel like I would also have fallen for him, because he just has that like really caring and kind behavior to him, right? And so I am not shocked that Chaeyoung fell in love with him the way he did, right? Tae Myung Ha is easily my favorite character in this. I think another strong point for me for this drama was the fact that they had this whole concept of a game in the background, right? This whole concept of transmigration and having this character transmigrate and have to fulfill this like game was really good. It gave it a sense of urgency to everything he did, and it just made for an interesting show. It's one of the things that I would say that I've actually not seen in a long time, right? I think at least the way it's shown here, it's just something I feel like I have not seen in a lot of dramas, right? Chinese dramas don't do this for obvious reasons. The ban on transmigration by the, government does not allow for this to be a plot device, right? And so people usually dance around this and, make it a dream or something like that. Whereas here it is more concrete and it is an actual trope they are using, which I like. It was very entertaining, and I just love new ideas, and this is, I think, the newest idea I've seen when it comes to like a BL or even just a regular drama, right? And so I really like that about this as well. But moving on, another thing that I would say that made this a really, really good watch, easy watch, was the chemistry between the two characters. I think I just really liked the progression of how they fell in love, or how I would say Chaeyoung fell in love, and how I feel like Tae Myung Ha just kind of went with it, like in a way that I felt like he was still kind of just giving into what Chaeyoung wanted, right? But it was also in a sweet way that was obviously still romantic, right? And the dynamic between them was just very good, right? Tae Myung Ha only sees Chaeyoung, right? He does not see Chang Sang-won, which is a shame for Chang Sang-won, because I know that Chang Sang-won also really liked him. And that was a side thing that some people really liked. Some people had like this ship going on between him and Tae Myung Ha, but honestly I feel like Tae Myung Ha could not see anyone, did not care about anyone other than Chaeyoung, right? And Chaeyoung, of course, like, it's very easy to fall for someone when the person is like in your life, in your face, and taking care of you. And so even though he's like this kid that likes to pretend like he doesn't care about what Tae Myung Ha is doing, and he's kind of cold outside, but really honestly he's very, very affected by everything Tae Myung Ha does for him, and that was just so sweet to see. There was just something sweet about seeing Chaeyoung fall for Tae Myung Ha and cajoling him into a relationship, even though I think for Tae Myung Ha he felt like, like, this is a pretty young kid, at least to him, because he has memories of his old life and things like that. But he gave in regardless, and I just love that. It was cute to see Chaeyoung kind of follow him like a puppy after a while. Like, he was certifiably in love with him after like a really short while, and that was just so sweet to see. One of my favorite moments, favorite scenes, and I have a few actually, was kind of very mundane, right? It was the scene where Tae Myung Ha goes to the school snack shop, and fights to get a snack for Yeon, right? And so they are sitting on a bench, and like Tae Myung Ha's hair is sticking out and everything, and he's very cute. And Yeon asks him, like, "Why do you like me?" And Tae Myung Ha replies, "I just like you, that you run and everything." And that scene, I don't know, there's just something about the way he said it. It was very flippant. It was very said without any thought, but I feel like it stuck with me, right? And I think it stuck with your own too, because he dropped his snack, right? And I just really like that scene. And I remember it making me scream. I was like, oh my god, that is so cute. And that, I think, is the quintessential explanation of the kind of character Tae Myung Ha is that he just says or does things that are actually very sweet and loving without any thoughts, right? In a way that makes your own, just have no choice but to like him, right? Have no choice but to fall in love with him, right? He is just that kind of person. Even with his other friends, he is just easy to get along with, and just so easygoing. and I really like that about his character. The other scene I really liked in this was the scene where we see Yeon being jealous. This is before they even start dating or anything. Tae Myung Ha gets off the bus and Yeon is waiting for him with snacks or something like that, and I think he smells Kyung-un's sister's perfume on him, and his face just changes and he, just becomes upset and he leaves. Right, that scene was very funny to me, but it also shows like this almost possessiveness that your own immediately develops for him. Right, he's jealous very quickly. Right, like the moment where he like leans into sniffing was like it was so well done, like, on his face, right? And so I just really like that scene. But yeah, those were the two scenes that I think really stood out to me. One thing I will say, going to the secondary characters, Chun Sang-won and An Kyung-won, I thought there would be a love line between those two, and I was kind of sad there wasn't. So that's one of the only things that I did not like about this, or that was like not as engaging. Like having Chun Sang-won also like Tae Myung Ha wasn't particularly interesting to me. I would have liked him to have an interest in An Kyung-won, because An Kyung-won was so cute, and I feel like he deserves his own love interest. But I think there is a love interest for him. It's just that he's not in this. So I think they said this is a webtoon or something like that, and he actually has like a boyfriend or something like that, but we don't see him, maybe due to budget or anything. But I would have really liked for that to have been here, because in the like little intro they do, it looks like those two are a couple, but they're actually not. And I was kind of sad about that, because they would have gone so well together and they had a good backstory already. They knew each other and everything, and so it would have been so cute. But yeah, it did not happen, and I was actually kind of sad about that. But it was still fine. Tae Myung Ha and Chaeyoung are still cute, and they're all you need to enjoy this drama, really. I will say that I think the strongest part of this drama was in the first half. I feel like the second half wasn't as good. It had more elements that made it take away from the romance that I would have just liked to continue, right? Which is understandable and even necessary, I would say. And so really, I think I was just sad that there weren't more episodes. Right, there weren't more episodes, and I wish there were, right? Because it's a good idea that they kind of finish the story the way they did, in that like you actually find out what happened to Tae Myung Ha and why he is the way he is, why he had to be transported into the game and stuff like that. But I really wish that I saw more of the couple at the end, or more of their romance, right? They really like made the game and the backstory the like main plot of the last few episodes, which I did not enjoy as much. And that's, I think, the only other point I would say that this drama doesn't really do well. But other than that, this was really fantastic, and I think it is probably going to be in my top 3. Well, okay, I shouldn't say top 3, because there are a lot of BLs that are airing at the moment that I really, really like. But I feel like it's going to be my top 10 BL dramas for the year, even though it's just February. I still feel that way. Because I thought it would be like in my top 3, but honestly, there are a lot of like dramas that are airing or that will air like this year that I am looking forward to, and I feel like it might be really good. So I'm holding out for those dramas, right? But other than that, I still think this is very, very good, and it is a good start, like a great start to 2024, right? Like it's one of the better bills I've seen, and I feel like a lot of people agree with this, and it is getting a lot of love. So hopefully they'll do a season 2 or something, or I don't know, anything. Give us something more. I wish that rarely happens, but you never know. But yeah, this has been my review of Love for Love's Sake, a 2024 BL drama. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.